have these things we want to do in our life, but we don't do them because of school, work, the day-to-day, and they're buried. And sometimes we succeed, sometimes we fail. But when we succeed, we've noticed some patterns, some things that happen again and again, and we start to do the same things over and over again from start to finish to accomplish something. And people ask us, like, I've got something on my list, how do we cross it off? And so these are the things that we do. I want to share them with you in case they might be able to help. The first thing is what's important. Think about what's important to you. Not what your parents think, not what your teachers think, not what society thinks is important, but listen to your gut and your heart and think about what it is you want to do. If it scares you, that's good. If people say you're crazy, that's even better. The second thing is write your list down. I'll tell you a quick story. 2008, Obama had just got elected. Johnny, my friend, calls me and he's super excited. He's like, Benny, let's play basketball with Obama on the list. I'm like, Johnny, you're calling me from your friend's laundry room that you live in. You are literally spending $200 a month so that you can have a bed between a washer and a dryer, and you want to play basketball with the president. We're in Canada, we're not even in that country. And he's like, yeah, let's do it. I'm like, all right, man. So we wrote it down, and in a funny way, that was the first step, writing it down. Over the next 3 years, we basically made a bunch of trips to DC. We hustled, essentially campaigned to play basketball with the president, and we found ourselves in the White House courts playing ball with Obama. There's this funny thing that happens when you take something that's an idea or a dream and you write it down. Okay, it goes from something that's intangible and it makes it tangible. You're making it real. Okay, we have this sort of saying, there's a difference between a dream and a project. A dream has a funny way of staying a dream, but a project, you can see the tangible steps to getting it done, and writing it down, it may seem small, but that's the first step. Be persistent. Another quick story. One of the things on our list is to crash the Playboy Mansion. Clearly. So we wanted to go to this party at the Playboy Mansion. There was no tickets, so we had to get in. So we thought the best thing for us to do is to build a giant prop cake, decorate it like the party, and hide my two friends in it and deliver it to the Playboy Mansion. And we found out what the theme of the party was. It was a Willy Wonka themed party. So we're like, okay, we'll dress up our friends like Oompa Loompas. And we'll paint their face, we'll give them wigs and everything. We'll literally hide them in the cake and deliver it. And everyone thought this was a stupid idea. We were making a show for MTV at the time, because one of the things on our list is to make a TV show. And MTV was like, no, you guys should not do this. And we're like, it's too late, we already bought the cake. So we delivered it, we rented a truck, we delivered it to the back door of the mansion at 6 p.m. the day of the party. My friend pretended to be the guy that was driving the truck. He's like, I don't know what it is, it just says it's supposed to be here. Pushed it up with my friends in it, and they didn't know where to put it, so it's just in the back of the driveway. They're in there for 6 hours. They have no idea where they are. They're peeing in bottles. Security's coming up and being like, is this a joke? Are there people inside? They're like, 12 midnight, they jump out, they rush in. They think they maybe have a couple minutes in the party before they get kicked out. My friend runs right up on stage with Snoop Dogg. He's literally on stage and looking at the security waiting to get kicked out, but the security just kind of gives him the nod. And he realizes that because he's dressed like an Oompa Loompa, they think he's working the party. So they have free reign to do anything they want. End the night 5 hours later, doing a cannonball into the grotto while everyone's chanting oompa, oompa. The reason I tell that story is you're gonna hear no a lot. I mean, you're gonna hear it much more than you're gonna hear yes. No doesn't always mean no, usually means not now. And I believe the simple truth that people fail just because they stop trying. Be audacious. So one of the things on our list, number 19, is to write a bestseller. We somehow convinced a publisher that it was a good idea to let us write a book. And we sat down with our editor the first meeting, and we said, our goal is to write a #1 New York Times bestseller. And it was just silent. And she said, in the nicest way possible, that effectively the odds of us as first-time writers writing a #1 New York Times bestseller, let alone getting on the New York Times bestsellers list, was very, very low. But we worked our asses off, we put our heart and soul into that book, and it debuted #1 on the New York Times bestsellers list. 99% of the world is convinced they can't do great things, so they shoot for the middle. They shoot for realistic goals, which means that realistic goals are the most competitive place to be. Therefore, unrealistic goals are less competitive because no one's going for them. So, don't overestimate the competition and underestimate yourself. You're probably better than you think. The last thing is help others. Not just because it fuels you in a way that doing things for yourself doesn't, but because if you think about it, it actually helps you get things done. If you're out there in the world, and you can call it karma or you can call it common sense, but if you're out there doing good things and people see you, they're more likely to help you. There's this great quote from Into the Wild, the film. It's happiness is only real when it's shared. And we really believe that. And when I think back about the adventures of the past 9 years and the things that we've done, it's the things that we've done for other people that I know will stick with me until I die. So the thing I want to leave you guys with is, what do you want to do before you die?